Did you think 2023 was the best year in gaming? Arguably it was to me. We had banger after banger since the very beginning of the year. And at the Game Awards, we had 6 valid contenders for Game of the Year. And quite frankly, I think a lot of games got left out. Like Hogwarts Legacy and Jedi Survivor, which came out at the beginning of the year and kind of just got forgotten about. Again, there was a reason why this was an amazing year in gaming. Now that we're at the end of 2023, what better time to talk to y'all about my top 5 personal best games of 2023. Hey guys, my name is Peter, aka King Exodus, and let's kick off that intro and let's talk about some games, shall we? Before we get started, I did want to give out a fair warning. Just remember that this is all my opinion, okay? If I'm wrong in any way, or if I'm right, if you agree, just put it in the comments. I'd love to hear your guys' opinion on anything gaming related this year. Before I touch on my top 5 best games of the year, I wanted to give y'all like 5 of my most underrated games, stuff that didn't really top any charts or anything, but I thought deserved kind of like a honorable mention. With number 5 being Sea of Stars, number 4 being Like a Dragon Gaiden, The Man Who Erased His Name, number 3 being Super Mario RPG, number 2 being Lies of P, and number 1 is Hi-Fi Rush. And if you haven't played any of those 5, do yourself a favor and go now. Now, let's get to the top 5. And number 5 has to be Final Fantasy 16. Final Fantasy 16 follows the story of Clive Rosfield, the main protagonist. This game was quite divisive in the Final Fantasy community, but personally, I thought it was a very good game, and I had loads of fun with it, to be honest with you. Some of the positives is definitely the cast, and the music, and the darker themes that this game kind of explores. And if you want a review of the game, I'll pin the video here, as I did one for the channel. But personally, number 5, definitely gotta be Final Fantasy 16. And now number 4, is Super Mario Bros. Wonder. Wonder was the first traditional side-scrolling Super Mario game that we had gotten since 2012 and actually got a Game of the Year nomination this year. Like I said, very much a traditional Super Mario game, but with all the new additions like the new power-ups, the fact that you could play with all your colorful cast of characters, and the Wonder Seeds that made the levels completely different from what you would usually see from a Mario game. Even the new music were all bangers too. I also have a review for Wonder on the channel, so go check that out after this video. But number 4, definitely gotta be Super Mario Wonder. At number 3, we got The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, a sequel to Breath of the Wild. When we told Nintendo we wanted more, they gave us more, expanding Hyrule to the sky and the underground depths. With the 5 new abilities that Link got in Tears of the Kingdom, it completely expanded on the creativity that the player could have in the game. And for me personally, that is where this game trumped Breath of the Wild. When a lot of people were thinking, this is just gonna be more Breath of the Wild, this definitely was not just more Breath of the Wild. This was something completely different, and for me, different was good. Tears of the Kingdom was another Game of the Year candidate at the Game Awards. And what can I say? Tears of the Kingdom was everybody's early Game of the Year, right? So at number 3, Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom seems easy. And at number 2, we have Alan Wake 2. Alan Wake 2 is a survival horror game developed by Remedy, and they were not playing around with this one. The story follows Alan Wake as he's been trapped in an alternate dimension for 13 years as he attempts to escape by writing a horror story involving an FBI agent. Look, generally speaking, I'm not much of a horror game fan, but this Alan Wake 2 is no joke. It is so good. And if you haven't got around to playing it, please do yourself a favor. Please. Look, and the story is, that's all I can say. And there's a reason why this game tops most Game of the Year charts. I'm just saying, if you haven't got to it, please do yourself a favor. Go do it now. Okay, go do it now. And at number 1, we have Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 2 is a sequel to Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales, in which you play as both Peter and Miles as you take on Kraven and Venom and attempt to save New York. Look, I know, Marvel Spider-Man 2 doesn't really top a lot of Game of the Year lists, but it's my personal Game of the Year. I've been waiting for this game since I initially finished Spider-Man, the original, and I beat that the week that it came out. So I've been waiting quite a long time for this, and it lived up. It lived up to the hype, and I'm glad it did. I know there's Baldur's Gate 3 and I know Alan Wake 2, both probably better games, but personally, this is my game of the year. Had loads of fun. Now I wish this game had a new game plus, and it sucks that I didn't get it at launch, but you know, we'll give it some time. I had other games to play. I gotta play Baldur's Gate 3. Look, I know Baldur's Gate 3 won Game of the Year at the Game Awards, but I haven't got to it, so I will get to it in 2024. I promise. At some point, okay? At some point. Maybe I'll stream it. Go follow my Twitch streams. Maybe we'll play it live. I don't know. We'll figure it out. At some point in 2024, I will play it, okay? What do you think about my list? Like I said earlier, put in the comments. Let me know what you agree with, what you disagree with. I'd love to hear what you guys think. And if you enjoyed this video, consider giving it a thumbs up, subscribing to the channel for more gaming content, like my review on Marvel Spider-Man 2, or what YouTube thinks you might like from my channel, which should be right here. Till next time, your boy King Exodus is out.